If you're a die-hard Browns fan and love breaking down the game like we do, hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell so you never miss a blitz. In the final weeks leading up to training camp, NFL teams are scrambling to solidify their rosters, filling holes and looking for potential contributors who slipped through the cracks during free agency. While the market has thinned considerably, a few players remain who could still offer something meaningful in the right system. Among them is Sione Takitaki, a former third-round pick by the Cleveland Browns who currently finds himself without a team. At 30 years old, many franchises may view him as past his prime, a linebacker who has seen his best years. But that assumption does a disservice to the kind of consistent, hard-nosed football Takitaki has brought to every stop. Though he may not be a flashy name like Zadarius Smith or Amari Cooper, veterans still expected to find home soon, Takitaki brings a valuable blend of experience, versatility, and special teams ability that should be enough to earn him at least an invite to someone's training camp this summer. Takitaki's journey began back in 2019, when the Browns selected him in the third round of the NFL draft out of BYU. He arrived in Cleveland as a raw but promising linebacker with a high motor and leadership intangibles that jumped off the tape. Over the years, he carved out a role as a steady contributor, working primarily as a depth linebacker while becoming a core special teams piece. In a league that often values upside over reliability, Takitaki quietly built a reputation as someone who would always do his job. Whether it was defending the run, dropping into coverage, or crashing down on special teams. That kind of consistency is rare, especially among rotational linebackers, and is part of what made his one-year $2.4 million return to Cleveland in 2024 seem like a no-brainer. But after that deal ran its course, the two sides amicably parted ways. The Patriots were the next stop for Takitaki, signing him to a 2-year deal with the hope that he could provide experience and depth to their linebacker room. However new, England underwent a seismic shift this offseason, bringing in former Titans head coach Mike Vrabel to lead a new era. With Vrabel came a different defensive philosophy, one that places a premium on outside linebackers who can rush the passer. Unfortunately, that's not Takitaki's game. He's a traditional linebacker, the kind who thrives in base packages and provides run support and coverage underneath. In Vrabel's scheme, where 3-down linebackers are expected to disrupt the pocket or be extremely versatile, Takitaki suddenly found himself the odd man out. It wasn't a question of talent, it was a question of fit. With limited snaps available and a youth movement underway, the Patriots decided to cut ties. During his short stint in New England, Takitaki played just 194 defensive snaps, a low number by any measure, but he still managed to contribute over 100 snaps on special teams. That's an area where many veterans either fade or lose interest, but not Takitaki. His willingness to embrace those gritty, often overlooked responsibilities says a lot about his character. It also makes him more appealing to a team looking to round out its 90-man roster heading into camp. In today's NFL, where roster flexibility is paramount, having a linebacker who can reliably step in on defense and play multiple special teams units is gold. Takitaki may not wow anyone with his athletic testing or sack totals, but coaches know exactly what they're getting with him. A disciplined, physical presence who won't make mental errors or shy away from contact. Statistically, Takitaki has been quietly impressive throughout his career. Since entering the league in 2019, he has consistently graded in the top half of all linebackers, according to Pro Football Focus. His grades have hovered in the mid to high 60s, with his best season coming in 2020 when he earned a mark of 71.2. That kind of consistency is hard to find, particularly at a position where young players often struggle with the speed and complexity of the pro game. Even in his limited action with the Patriots, he didn't fall off a cliff. He simply didn't fit their new mold. For a team running a more traditional 4-3 or even hybrid defense, Takitaki's skill set could be a perfect match. All he needs is the opportunity to prove himself again, and there's no better setting for that than training camp, where competition is king and every rep counts. Back in Cleveland, it's unlikely we'll see a reunion. The Browns have already loaded up their linebacker room with veterans like Jordan Hicks, Devin Bush, and Jerome Baker, not to mention the loss of Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah for the season due to injury. Despite that gap, the Browns appear content to lean on their current roster, focusing more on long-term evaluations than bringing back a player who might only contribute for one more year. And that makes sense from a team-building perspective. They're investing in younger talent, looking to develop future starters rather than recycling depth from the past. Still, it's hard not to imagine how useful someone like Taki could be as a stabilizing force on the second or third unit, especially during the grueling summer grind of camp practices and preseason games. What Taki lacks in flash here more than makes up for in reliability. In a sport where injuries can decimate a unit in the blink of an eye, having dependable veterans who understand their role is invaluable. Taki knows what it takes to stay ready. He's been through the grind, played through injuries, filled in as a starter, and contributed week after week without complaint. That level of professionalism often flies under the radar but resonates deeply in locker rooms. There's no ego with Taki, no drama, just a lunch pail mentality and a team-first attitude that coaches love, especially for a team looking to mentor younger linebackers or stabilize a special teams unit. Having a guy like him around in camp can make all the difference, both on the field and in the film room. Across the league, there are several teams that could benefit from a player like Taki. The Los Angeles Chargers, for example, are undergoing a complete defensive overhaul under Jim Harbaugh and could use experienced depth while sorting out their front seven. The Carolina Panthers dealing with a thin linebacker group and major special team struggles in 2024 might also be a logical fit. Even teams like the New Orleans Saints or Indianapolis Colts, organizations that value physical downhill linebackers, could offer him a shot. The point is, Taki doesn't need to be anyone's savior. He just needs a seat at the table. Well, chance to compete, because when rosters are full of unproven rookies and practice squad hopefuls, having someone who's been there before can be a quiet but crucial advantage. Training camp is where reputations are earned, positions are won, and careers are resurrected. Taki has the chance to write a new chapter in his NFL story, but only if a team is willing to let him walk through the door. His tape speaks for itself. Years of solid, fundamentally sound football. His stats, though unspectacular, show a player who knows how to do the little things right. In an age of hyper-athletic linebackers, sometimes the best addition is the one who simply knows the game inside and out. Taki might not win a starting job out of the gate, but he could very well be the guy who helps younger players grow and who's ready to step in when injuries strike. That kind of readiness shouldn't be overlooked. As the calendar inches toward late July and the final roster invites go out, it would be a disservice to the game to see a player like Sione Taki left on the sidelines. He's not done. Not yet. There's more football in him, more lessons to pass down, more special teams tackles to make, and more film room sessions to lead. All he needs is a chance, not a promise, not a guarantees. Just a shot to compete in training camp and show, once again, that he belongs in the league. Because players like Taki may not be stars, but they are the glue guys, the foundation pieces who hold a locker room together, and every successful team, from the preseason grind to the playoff push, needs at least one of them. Enjoying the content so far? Smash that like button and drop your take in the comments. We want to hear what you think about the Browns this season. In a stunning turn of events that has sent shockwaves through the NFL community, rumors are swirling about Tom Brady potentially coming out of retirement, not to rejoin the Tampa Bay Buccaneers or any familiar territory, but to suit up for the Cleveland Browns. The very idea of Brady in a Browns jersey seems almost surreal, considering his legendary tenure with the Patriots and his recent seasons with the Buccaneers. Yet sources close to the matter suggest that the ageless quarterback might be eyeing a unique challenge, seeking to cement his legacy by transforming one of the league's most historically troubled franchises. The Browns, long desperate for stability and a franchise quarterback, could become the perfect stage for Brady's final act. This buzz is already igniting discussions among fans and analysts alike. Could Brady, at this late stage of his career, truly reinvent himself once more in a city hungry for football glory? The speculation is as tantalizing as it is provocative. If Brady's rumored decision to unretire for Cleveland comes to fruition, the implications for the NFL landscape would be profound. Cleveland has struggled to find consistent success over the years, with fleeting moments of brilliance overshadowed by long droughts. Brady, with his unparalleled experience, leadership, and winning mentality, could be the catalyst for a Browns resurgence. Imagine the impact of his veteran presence not only on the field, but in the locker room, mentoring young talent and instilling a championship mindset. The Browns' offensive scheme would likely be tailored to maximize Brady's strengths, leveraging his precision passing and football IQ. Critics, however, might question whether Brady still has the physical tools to compete at an elite level, especially after a brief retirement. Yet, the very fact that this rumor has gained traction suggests there's more beneath the surface than mere wishful thinking from Cleveland's fan base. The Browns' front office and coaching staff, if this rumor holds any truth, would have to be buzzing with excitement and cautious optimism. Signing a player of Brady's stature, even if only for a short stint, would signal a bold statement of intent. It would indicate a shift from rebuilding mode to championship contention, a gamble that could pay off massively if Brady manages to reclaim some of his former magic. The financial and contractual details, though speculative, would likely be complex as the Browns navigate salary cap constraints and roster adjustments to accommodate their new, aging superstar quarterback. Furthermore, the Browns' offensive weapons, including promising receivers and running backs, would be expected to step up significantly to complement Brady's style. This potential reunion could also attract more media attention and fan interest, boosting ticket sales and the franchise's overall profile nationally. From a broader NFL perspective, the possibility of Brady donning a Browns uniform would spark countless debates about legacy, longevity, and the evolving nature of quarterback careers. Fans of other teams might view this move with skepticism, wondering if Brady is chasing one last payday or seeking a fresh challenge to prove he can still lead a team outside his comfort zone. Conversely, supporters of the Browns would likely embrace this development as a rare chance to witness greatness firsthand. The media frenzy would be intense, with endless analysis dissecting Brady's every throw and decision on the field. Additionally, this could ignite a ripple effect among other teams contemplating bold moves in free agency or trades to strengthen their rosters in response to the Browns' newfound competitiveness. The NFL's off-season landscape would be anything but dull. There's also the human element to consider. Brady's motivation to return, especially to a team with such a different culture and history from what he's used to. After announcing his retirement with a heartfelt goodbye, what could possibly lure him back to the grind of professional football? Perhaps it's the challenge of turning around the Browns, a franchise with passionate but long-suffering fans. Or maybe Brady sees an opportunity to mentor the next generation, passing on wisdom accumulated over 2 decades at the sport's pinnacle. Whatever the reason, the mere prospect of his comeback with Cleveland paints a picture of a quarterback not ready to fade quietly into retirement. It adds a narrative of resilience and reinvention that only enhances the intrigue surrounding this rumor. Fans and pundits alike will be watching every development with bated breath. Looking closer at the Browns' current roster, the fit between Brady and the team's offensive unit presents a fascinating puzzle. Cleveland boasts a talented but inconsistent group of skill players, including receivers with big play potential and a solid running back core. Brady's accuracy and quick decision-making could unlock new dimensions for the offense, providing a reliable target distribution and effective clock management. However, questions remain about the offensive line's ability to protect a quarterback who, while experienced, may no longer possess the mobility to evade pressure effectively. The coaching staff would need to devise strategies to mitigate this. Risks, perhaps incorporating quicker releases and more short passing plays. This rumored acquisition could be a game changer tactically, forcing opponents to rethink their defensive schemes against the Browns. Social media and fan forums have exploded with reactions since the rumor broke. Some fans are ecstatic at the thought of Brady's legendary career continuing in Cleveland, dreaming of playoff runs and deep postseason success. Others express skepticism, citing concerns over Brady's age and the Browns' organizational Challenges. The debates often highlight contrasting perspectives on whether a superstar nearing the twilight of his career can truly transform a struggling team. Memes and viral posts have already flooded platforms, capturing the mix of hope, humor, and disbelief surrounding this possible signing. This buzz alone benefits the Browns by reigniting passion among their supporters and drawing new eyes to the franchise. In the end, regardless of the rumor's outcome, the conversation it has sparked is a testament to Brady's enduring impact on the sport. One cannot ignore the potential ripple effects this move might have on other players and the league's quarterback landscape. Brady's return to a new team could inspire veteran players contemplating retirement to reconsider their futures. It might also shift the dynamics of quarterback free agency, encouraging teams to take chances on older, proven talents rather than betting solely on youth. Additionally, young quarterbacks in the league might find new role models in Brady's ability to adapt and compete beyond typical career spans. Rival teams would undoubtedly study Cleveland's off-season moves closely, adjusting their strategies to counter a Browns squad suddenly infused with Brady's winning aura. This ripple effect underscores how a single superstar's decision can influence the broader NFL ecosystem in profound ways. From a marketing and business standpoint, signing Tom Brady, even as a rumor, offers massive benefits for the Cleveland Browns. Brady is one of the most marketable athletes globally, with an immense fan following and a brand synonymous with success. The Browns could leverage his presence to secure lucrative sponsorship deals, increase merchandise sales, and expand their national and international profile. Game days would transform into marquee events, drawing more viewers and higher attendance figures. Even local businesses could see a boost as the excitement around the Browns surges. This commercial impact is significant, especially for a franchise striving to solidify its place among the NFL elite. The business case for bringing Brady back, even for a limited run, could be just as compelling as the on-field rationale. Finally, while all this remains speculative, the mere notion of Tom Brady unretiring to play for the Cleveland Browns adds a thrilling new chapter to NFL offseason drama. It reminds us that in sports, nothing is ever truly settled until the players take the field. The possibility of witnessing one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time don a new jersey in a city yearning for football glory is a narrative ripe with potential drama, redemption, and excitement. Whether it ends up being a fleeting rumor or a bold reality, this story already captures the imagination of fans worldwide. And as the offseason unfolds, all eyes will remain glued to the Browns, wondering if their franchise's destiny might just be about to change forever, with Tom Brady leading the way once again. Thanks for riding with us on another Browns Blitz. If you liked the video, share it with a fellow fan, hit subscribe, and ring that bell so you're always part of the Dawg Pound conversation. Go Browns!